I've got the products that I purchased from the Nars and Sarah Moon collaboration to share with you guys today. I thought I'd go ahead and throw all the products into one video because I've gotten quite a bit of inquiry based on like my Instagram posts and stuff like that. And I did do a demo with the eye look, which will be towards the end of the video if you're interested in that. These are the boxes that the palettes come in, and the imagery on the palettes is the same as the box packaging, which I really appreciate that. It's always like, sometimes you get products and the outside packaging is really pretty and then the inside packaging is just kind of plain. So I like it that they translated the actual outside packaging to the packaging of the palette. Here are two of the palettes, and all four of the ones that I got do come in hard plastic packaging, and it's almost like a frosted type of plastic with an image underneath it. And from what I had read, Sarah Moon, she was a model and then she turned into a photographer. So all of the pictures that are on these are pictures that she took. And personally, I really like the imagery, but I can still kind of see where it might not be for everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom up close and give you guys some more detail to the packaging and stuff like that, and then some swatches. I purchased 3 of these palettes off of the Nars website, and I believe there's one more blush quad that's coming out that I haven't seen anywhere, but I've heard it might be a Nordstrom exclusive. But otherwise, I've purchased 3 from Nars website, and then one of them, the Dual Intensity palette, is a Sephora exclusive. And the palette that I have on my eyes today is the Look Closer palette, and the eyeshadows that are in this particular palette are that same style of formula that came in the Narcissist L'Amour Toujours L'Amour palette. They're this type of formula where they have like a dimethicone type feel, similar to the Make It Forever Artist shadows. The top palette is the Look Closer, and the bottom one is the L'Amour Toujours L'Amour palette. 3 of the shades, excluding this matte brown right here, can be found, similar shades, really similar shades can be found in the bottom palette, and I feel like they are that same type of formula. Today's the second time that I used this palette, and I kind of did the same look that I did when I used it the first time, and I feel like it's really got a grungy vibe to it. Like the highlighter isn't all that bright, and the shades, the 3 shades themselves are kind of deep and grungy looking. But let me go ahead and zoom up close and I'll give you guys a better view of the packaging and then also some swatches. So here's the Look Closer palette, and there are 4 eyeshadows in here that are each 0.05 ounces a piece, and then you get a deluxe size of the Via Veneto eyeliner, the larger than life eyeliners, which will stay pretty good on the waterline. There are 2 matte shades in here, and then 2 like satins, I would call them, because they're not really shiny, but they're not matte either. And this is the one that I have on my eyes today. And they build and they blend, and I had like, I don't think I had any fallout with these as well, so. This one's going to be hard to see, I bet. Blends right into my skin. So that is the Look Closer quad. Next up is the Nonfiction Face Set, and there is a deluxe size sample of the Chelsea Girls lip gloss and also a deluxe size sample of their mascara, and it says it's in Black Moon. Should I see if it's got a different finish? I didn't even open it yet. Let's open it up. Oh, maybe it's sparkly. No, it's just black. And I'm not really a big fan of this mascara, but that is included in this particular set. So inside this guy, you've got 2 dual intensity blushes, and these are both 0.1 ounce. And then originally I thought this was going to be a white like dual intensity highlighter, but it's actually the light reflecting setting powder pressed. And when I first started to pick up some product with this on the brush, like nothing was being picked up from it. So I actually had to take a Q-tip and scrape the top layer of this off because it was like hard, and now some product will kick up, which I wasn't too pleased about that. But both of these are, this is like a really light peach color, and then this here's like a medium peach coral type of color right there. And I am a fan of the dual intensity blushes. I kind of feel like this color, it's almost like not enough pigment for a blush, but I do feel like on a deeper skin tone that would be a really pretty highlight shade. And then this, I don't know if this is going to show up that much, but it's the light reflecting setting powder. This next one is the True Story cheek and lip palette, and I really think the imagery on this one is pretty. And inside of here you have got 4 blushes, well 3 blushes and a highlight shade, and they're all, you know, pretty pink berry based. And then there is a deluxe size sample of the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade Mysterious Red. So let me go ahead and swatch this guy for you guys. Oh, it's like a cherry red. And the 4 powder products in here are 0.12 ounces a piece, and then you've got your highlighter, which has got a shimmer, and then the blush over here has got a shimmer, and then these two in the middle are matte. It's called, let's see here, Devotion, Myth, Unwritten, and then Outlaw, which I believe Outlaw I've seen before, but I haven't heard of these ones. But let's give you some swatches. So there are the 4 blush shades. I will say that these 2 matte ones, they do go on the face better than they kind of look swatched on my hand here. And then the last one that I have to show, and like the one that I was actually the most excited for, is the Give and Take Dual Intensity Eye and Cheek Palette. Again, it has like that frosted feel to the top. And then so inside of here, these are all, I'm going to turn it sideways, it'll be easier in the viewfinder. These are all dual intensity products, so you've got 6 eyeshadows, and each one of those is 0.07 ounces a piece, and then you have got 3 blushes, well 2 blushes and then a highlight shade, and each one of those is 0.12 ounces. And when I first saw the promos for this, I thought the highlighter might be too gold for me, or a deeper type of a gold on my skin, but it's not. It's a really light white gold shade, and it's fair skin friendly, so I was quite happy about that. And then I do really like both the blush products in here, and these are in line with Nars's dual intensity formula. So if you haven't been a fan of the dual intensity stuff, then you might want to pass on this guy. But certain shades, like with the dual intensity formula, you'll want to use like a little bit more stiff brush, like as opposed to super soft synthetic, because they just pick up the product better. So that's what I do when I use the dual intensities. It's a pretty neutral base type of collection. So let me go ahead and swatch these. Try not to stick my finger in them. This palette, it's a pretty good size. I'll compare it to something here in a minute. So those are the top 3 shades, and all 3 of those have got a sheen to them. And then this middle row, which this first one right here is borderline on the, it's like a matte satin type of shade, as is this guy right here. Yeah, they're showing, the finishes are showing up pretty good in the viewfinder. So, and then the face products on the bottom, which I did use both of these blushes in eye looks with this palette, because I've used this palette like 3 times I think so far, and they work nice as eyeshadows as well. So oh, I just love, this is so my type of blush, that pink, it's so pretty. And that's what I have on my cheeks today, as well as this highlighter. So you can see it's a nice light white gold. It's not like super yellow or anything. I really like those products. And then size-wise, here's a single dual intensity eyeshadow from Nars, and then here's the palette. So it's a pretty decent size. You know when you just like something? That's how I feel about this collection, and the imagery and the products and everything. I just like them. But hopefully the swatches, you know, were better able to, you could see for yourself whether it was something that you would like. So I guess if I had to choose just one, it would be the Give and Take Dual Intensity Eye and Cheek Palette. If you're interested in seeing that quad perform, you can hang tight and we'll get into it right now. I already primed my lids from the lash line to up underneath the brow with the NYX Eyeshadow Base. Now I'm going to use the Look Closer palette from the collection, and I'm going to use a Goss 18 brush and dip into this kind of taupey shade. I'm going to pack that on the center of the lid and bring it out. Then using the side of that same brush, I'm going to dip into the matte highlight type shade and put that right in front of that taupey one and blend it in. On a Dakota GS9, I'm going to go into the black that's in the palette. It's like a satin black. I'm gonna put this in the crease here. And I'm not gonna bring it quite as high as I do with some crease colors, but using a Hakuhodo J5523 brush, I'm going to go into the matte brown shade and start kind of buffing into that black with it. Then I'm going to use a Dakota G10 and I'm going to go back into that matte highlight shade and I'm going to bring it down to that brown. And then I'm going to further blend them together. Now I'm going to go back in with that 5523 brush. I'm not going to pick up any more product, but I'm going to buff this a little bit higher into that highlight shade. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. For lips, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing me use this one, but it is one of my faves. So I'm going to go ahead and line them and bring it in a bit as well. To fill them in, I've got one of MAC's new Lip Tensity lipsticks, and this is in the shade Medium Rare. This is the only one of these that I've purchased, and I kind of want to get some more, but... So there's the overall finished look using a few of the palettes from the Sarah Moon and Nars collaboration. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.